Hey guys, welcome back. It's Gray again. Today, while we're playing some games, I'm going to tell you a mystery that left an entire school confused. One morning, students arrived at school and discovered that several library books had completely disappeared. There were no clues, no witnesses, and no records of anyone borrowing them. Some students believed it was a prank. Others thought a ghost was secretly taking the books at night. But three young detectives weren't about to believe the rumors. They decided to investigate the mystery themselves. Who was taking the books? Why were only certain books disappearing? And what secret was hidden behind the clues they were about to uncover? Grab your snacks, sit back, relax, and join me as we uncover the mystery of the disappearing library books. Let's begin. One Monday morning, something very strange happened at Maplewood Elementary School. The school librarian, Mrs. Carter, stood behind her desk, looking worried, very worried. She counted the shelves once, then twice, then a third time, and every time, the answer was the same. Several books were missing. Not one, not two, but 7 books. The strangest part? Nobody had checked them out. There were no records, no names, no clues. It was as if the books had simply vanished. By lunchtime, the entire school was talking about it. The books disappeared by magic. One student whispered, "My brother says a ghost lives in the library." Another replied. Soon, rumors spread everywhere. Some students were too scared to enter the library. Others became even more curious. Among them was a girl named Sophie. Sophie loved books more than anything. She spent every afternoon reading adventure stories, mysteries, and treasure hunts. When she heard about the missing books, she knew she had to investigate. "There has to be an explanation," she said. Her best friends, Ethan and Maya, agreed to help. Together, they became the Maplewood Book Detectives. The next day, they visited Mrs. Carter. "Can you tell us exactly what happened?" Sophie asked. Mrs. Carter nodded. "The missing books all disappeared from the same section." "Which section?" Ethan asked. "The mystery section." The three friends exchanged nervous looks. Mystery books? That made the case even stranger. Mrs. Carter pointed toward an empty shelf. The books were gone, but as Sophie examined the shelf, she noticed something unusual. A tiny piece of paper was sticking out between 2 books. She carefully pulled it free. On the paper were 3 words: "Look under stairs." The detectives stared at each other. Was it a clue or a prank? There was only one way to find out. After school, they searched beneath the staircase near the gym. Dust covered the floor. Spiderwebs filled the corners. Then Maya spotted something, a small blue bookmark. Mrs. Carter later confirmed it belonged to one of the missing books. Now they knew. Someone had definitely been there. But who? The mystery was growing. The following day, another book disappeared. Then another. The library became even more nervous. Mrs. Carter decided to lock the library every afternoon. Yet somehow, the books still vanished. It made no sense. One afternoon, Ethan noticed something strange. A student wearing a red hoodie entered the library. Every day, at exactly the same time. The student never borrowed books, never sat down, never stayed long, just entered, looked around, then left. Could he be involved? The detectives decided to follow him. Carefully, quietly, the student walked across the playground, past the cafeteria, toward an old storage building behind the school. The detectives hid behind bushes. The student opened the door and stepped inside. When he finally left, the detectives rushed to investigate. Slowly, they opened the door. The room was dark, silent, and empty. Almost in one corner sat a wooden crate. Inside were books, lots of books. Some were library books. Some were old storybooks. Some looked brand new, but none of them were the missing books. "What is this place?" Maya whispered. Then they heard footsteps. The detectives quickly hid. The door opened. A girl entered, carrying several books. Then another student arrived. Then another. Soon, there were 6 students inside, all carrying books. The detectives watched in confusion. Nobody looked like a thief. Nobody looked suspicious. Instead, they sat down and began reading. For nearly an hour, finally, Sophie stepped out from hiding. Everyone gasped. "We know about the books," Sophie said. The students looked nervous. Then one of them sighed. "Okay, we'll explain." The students revealed an incredible secret. Months earlier, they had started a private reading club. Many students loved books, but some were too shy to read in front of others. Others didn't have books at home, so they secretly gathered after school to read together. The missing mystery books had been borrowed without permission because they wanted exciting stories for their club. "We were going to return them," one student explained. "We never meant to steal anything." The detectives looked at each other. Suddenly, the entire mystery made sense. The notes, the bookmarks, the secret meetings, everything. The next day, Sophie and her friends spoke with Mrs. Carter. At first, the librarian was surprised. Then she smiled. Instead of punishing the students, she had a better idea. The school officially created the Maplewood Reading Club. The library stayed open longer. Students could borrow books properly. And every week, children gathered to share stories and adventures. The missing books were returned safely. The mystery was solved. And Maplewood Elementary gained something even better than missing books. It gained a community of readers. As for Sophie, Ethan, and Maya, they were already searching for their next mystery. Because in Maplewood, there was always another adventure waiting. And if you liked this video, please hit that subscribe button for more suspense and interesting stories like this. And don't forget to comment your story. I'll try my best to create a story about your experience. Bye.